Hello everyone, and welcome you all to our class of basic C++ tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 1, where I'll be giving you guys an introduction and I'll tell you guys how you can set up for the C++ programming. Okay, so this is a new programming language which we are going to learn, and it is, if you don't have any basic idea about programming or about C++ programming, then this tutorial is correct for you. You guys can just join it up. So now first let's learn how to get started with your C++ programming over here. So over here on my screen, as you guys can see that now I'm here in my web page. Okay, so I will be telling you guys that how you can actually download that programming language, and let me just tell you guys just a bit about C++ programming. So it will be easier for you to learn about C++ programming if you have any knowledge about C programming. But if you don't have any knowledge about any kind of programming, then also this particular C programming or C++ tutorial can be really helpful, because C++ programming can be learned as your very first programming language. Okay, because you guys already know that there are different languages, there are different programming languages, like there is Python, there is JavaScript, okay, and a lot other things. Like for C also there is C slash, okay, there is only a C language, okay. So for that, using this C plus, you can actually create different web applications. You guys can do different kind of programming. So now, first off, we are going to actually download the programming language, and also IDE. Okay, or the full form of an IDE is called as Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so that is such a text editor in which you will be able to do your programming, and once you click on run, it will also run that program. And if there is any problem with your program, it will also show you that where the problem is, and then you can just find a way how to solve that particular problem. Okay, so to run a program for, or to run the C++ program, we basically need two things. One is that we need a text editor, as we were talking. I will prefer you guys not to use the normal text editors like a normal notepad, okay, or if you want to use this Microsoft Word document, Microsoft Excel document, okay, I'll prefer not to use that, but to use an integrated development environment. Okay, so first thing is that you need a type, okay, like you need a IDE or a place where you can just write down your code. And the second thing which you need is a compiler. So let me show you guys how you can download both of these things at once. So just go to your web engine or search engine. It can be Opera Mini, it can be Google or anything. As you guys can see, I'm using a Google Chrome, and from here I am going to type code blocks. Okay, so over here, as you guys can see, now once you click on code blocks, the first website which pops up on your screen, just click on the main page, and from here, as you guys can see, that this is the website for codeblogs.org. Okay, and here you guys can see the free C and C++ and Fortran IDE. So this is also an IDE which you guys can use. And from here, now let's go on to the left hand side, and I'll just click on downloads. Okay, so over here, just click on downloads from here, and you guys can see once you clicked on download, there are download the binary release option, download the source code release option, and also retrieve source code from SVN. But from here, once you have clicked on downloads, click on a download the binary release. And from here, as you guys can see, that there are a lot of these things which you can actually download. Okay, so as I was telling you guys that you need two things for you to actually work, okay, for your C++ programming to run on your PC. So the first thing is that you need a IDE, okay, a typewriter where you can actually write down your code, and the one is uh, a compiler, okay. So if you do want to download both of those things from here, then you need to choose code blocks MinGW setup.exe. Okay, so just click on sourceforge.net from here. Okay, and now from here, what I can do is I can just check all this out, and over here, this particular file is getting downloaded. So my net speed is not that bad, so I'll just wait for some time. Okay, and also like in this case, if you just go back, this is for Microsoft Windows. Okay, like if you want it for Linux or if you want it for Mac OS, those things are already over here. Like the same way, you guys can just click on sourceforge.net and it will be redirected there also. Okay, so now let's wait for some time till it get downloaded. Then I'll show you once it gets downloaded how you can install it inside your PC. So now as you guys can see, I am done downloading this particular file, and I'll just minimize it and let's see. Most probably it has saved itself in the downloads option. So let's go to downloads, and from here, as you guys can see, I do have this particular file. So if you do want to download or if you do want to install it, just double click over here. And as you guys can see, it is just opening it up over here. Okay, so I'll just click on next. I will just come down. Okay, so let's come down. I'll just click on I agree, and I will just keep the default install over here. Okay, so I will just click on next, and destination folder is C program files code blocks, and I'm just going to install this. So let's wait for some time over here. So now over here, as you guys can see that I am done completing this. Okay, so for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on finish. And as I'm done with this as well, let me tell you again, binary releases, and from here for Windows XP, and just come down, and from here, make sure to download the ming setup.exe. So let me just close it down as well, and from here, I will just type code blocks. Okay, so as you guys can see, I do have this code blocks option over here. And what I will do is I will just use this GNU and GCC compiler, as I was telling you guys that a compiler is also needed while you're working. So I will just click on OK from here. And as you guys can see that code blocks is currently not the default application for C or C++ source file. Do you want to set it as default? Okay, so I will just tell them to no, leave everything as it is. Okay, so over here on my screen, as you guys can see that this is the workspace that has been created. So now let's say you want to create a new project where you want to start writing your line of codes. Okay, so for that, what you need to do is you need to first click on create a new project. And once you've clicked on create a new project, from here, click on console application. Okay, so there are different options over here, as you guys can see. But from here, choose this console application and just click on go. Okay, so just click on go, click on next, and I will just select the language you want to use. One is C and the other one is C++. Okay, so I'll just, as I'm going to do C++ programming, I'll just click on next. And from here, now you guys can just type the name of this project. Okay, so I will just tell my C plus plus. Okay, or I won't use anything. My uh, CPP project. Okay, so I will just name this and resulting file name. Let's click on next over here. And as you guys can see, I will just keep this compiler, JNU JCC compiler. I'll just let it keep each and everything present over here the default way it is. And now I will just click, and here you guys can see it shows a debugging check in this application has failed. Okay, just click on couldn't save the project, invalid path, may the file is write protected. On OK. Continue. Let's come here and I'll just stop. Okay, so from here now let's check this one. So now you guys can see that I do have actually created a path as well, like where that particular files will be saved. So that one I didn't do. That's why it was showing me an error. Just click on this three line and maybe you guys can just select the path. And once you're done, click on new. Now I'll just click on finish. And as you guys can see now, once I do have clicked on finish, this particular page is actually ready. But if you do want to say see where I do want to start my coding, so I'll just click on this plus sign which is there under my cpp file. Okay, and over here you guys can see there is a new file which is named as main.cpp. So cpp is nothing else, which just signifies C++. So this is the main C++ file. And once I click over here on this file, you guys can see that I do have few things, okay, present over here. So as you guys can see, this is include.io stream using namespace std int main. So you guys must be a bit confused about what all these things are. Okay, and on top, if you just take a look, that here you do have the option of building. Okay, first, okay, as if you do have a code, you do have the option of run. But anytime when I will be coding in this particular class, then I'll be using this option which is build and run. Okay, because once I click on build and run, you guys now will see that a console will pop up, and as you guys can see, it is giving me the answer of hello world. Okay, so we are going to learn that how you can work with all of this. Okay, you how you can actually print things out, what all of this mean over here, we are going to learn in the next chapter. But I hope that in this class you guys have understood how you can install, why C++ programming is important for your programming journey. And also we do have learned that how you can start working in C++ programming. So in our next class, we are going to learn in detail and in more depth. Okay, so see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye, everyone.